What's going on, all you movie lover badasses out there, horror movie maniacs out there? Phat Samurai Guy is here with what?
The O.G.P.
O.G.P. in the house.
Man, it's been a while. It's been way too long.
It has been a while,
way
man.
too damn long.
But it's all good. We got to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? We got to make it happen.
That's right.
And today we made it happen. Got together. Just got out of the theater of seeing the movie Ready or Not.
Ready or Not.
Yeah, and it sucked.
I can say I was not ready for that.
No, we were very much highly entertained by the film. Kind of unexpected.
Yes.
I saw a brief snippet of the trailer a while back, and it looked kind of like a dark comedy / horror thriller. And I kind of mentioned it to you. Have you even heard of it or what?
No, until last night I hadn't even heard of it. And I was talking with Fluffy about it. I was like, I couldn't even remember the name. I was like, but it is what it is. But I'm down to go see a movie, and if it's something you're interested in, I'm probably going to be interested in as well.
That's
so I
right.
thought, fuck it.
That's
Let's
right.
go.
Sorry, my car sucks. It's doing some bullshit right now. Anyway, so if you have seen the trailer of Ready or Not, you pretty much kind of have an idea of, what it's about, basically. They kind of give you a broad plot, kind of a plot synopsis, a little bit of what it is. You got two young buds getting married, getting together, and his family is rich. The male character in the film, he's got like ridiculously rich family, and she's brand new. She's kind of a fish out of water. Yeah. Fish out of water a little bit.
Feeling uncomfortable in that environment.
Yeah, because they're giving her the evil eye.
Yeah.
They think she's a gold digger. Yeah. Especially one of our favorite characters, the aunt.
Yes.
In the movie is like damn hilarious.
Oh man, she was just on point with the creepy fucking. She is what son of a bitch, the old evil lady in the fucking Dalmatians movie. She is what
was it, Cruella DeVille or something?
It's like this lady is the R-rated version of her.
That's a good comparison.
Awesome. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, she was a lot of fun. So that's kind of what the trailer plot kind of gave you, is the girl's a fish out of the water. She gets married into this ridiculously rich family, but they have a tradition.
Yes.
Of They love games. Yeah. They love playing games, and they have a tradition of, hey, we're around midnight tonight, your wedding day, we're going to get with the family. It's tradition. I know it's weird. He's letting her know, I know it's fucking weird, but this is more important that you play this game, or whatever you choose. This is more important than the actual wedding ceremony. So she plays the game, and, if you've seen the trailer already, you kind of know that the shit hits the fan, and they pretty much end up hunting after her, or looking for her. Yeah. Go ahead.
So early in the movie, the need to play the game, they didn't sell me 100% on that. I was kind of like, okay, it's this family ritual or anything. Right. We didn't get anything in the first, minute, 2 or 3 minutes of the movie that said, we have to play this game or we're gonna die. Right. So it kind of started off kind of mellow, and so it took me a while to really buy in. Right. But it was definitely, as the movie went on and on, I was fucking 100% on board after about 15 minutes. And
another good example of what you're talking about right now is kind of like the fiance. Yeah. It's like you know how your family is. They have a history of this. Yeah. Why are you bringing her in?
If you love her that much.
Yeah. Even the chance that she might accidentally pick the wrong bad card. Yeah.
And the whole, throughout the film, there's, and I don't think this is a big spoiler, but the family talks about how he was out of the family and he's kind of come back, to get married. Why did he just not go get married on his own? Why did it seems like he was financially stable, that he didn't need to come back. So
and he was giving her the option too, like, I'm giving you an out.
Yeah.
You know.
But not knowing anything about it, why would she take the out?
Right.
You know, and so obviously for the sake of having the movie and having the story, you can't say, oh, well, my family's a bunch of loonies and they might try and kill you.
Right.
So, you know, so you have to have that for the story. So, you know, I don't know what they could have done, but I thought early in the film they could have done a little bit more to kind of pull us in.
Yeah.
But, you know, but if you're willing to give the movie 15 minutes, I think, you know, by that point in, you're pretty much going, okay, all right, I'm on board.
Right.
And, you know, I'm going to see this through here.
Suspend our disbelief just for a little bit, just to see where the movie takes us.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, and that's one of the things, you know, when I say, you know, being drawn into the movie, I'm not a big fan of there is like this new format to especially slasher movies where before the opening credits you always have to have a kill. There always has to be a kill. Something bad has to happen. You don't need to do that. You don't need to go to that extent.
No.
But you know, something more than you know, just her sitting there stressed out about a wedding. You know, if this was a rom-com or a Hallmark Channel movie, hey, smoke it up, stress out about your wedding. But when we want to see blood, guts, and gore and murder and mayhem, chick smoking a cigarette, you know, I mean,
we need,
you know, and, you know, I mean, she could, you know, she talked about the brother-in-law was a drunk and he was hitting on her.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we should have started with some of that. Maybe he should have been a creep, you know, and which toward the end of the movie, that, you know, it might have worked out well. And I don't want to say any more on that because I don't want to give any spoilers at this point. But
we'll go into spoilers a little bit later in the video because we kind of have to.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I thought the movie was very entertaining. It was shot well.
It was gorgeous.
Cinematography was great.
Yeah.
There was some damn hilarious moments in the film.
Oh, yes.
It's not a nonstop laugh thrill ride like Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
No.
Type of, you know, like your stomach's in pain because you're laughing so hard.
Yeah.
It's not like that type of comedy, but there are hilarious moments in the film.
It is very dark comedy.
Yeah.
Very dark.
Yeah.
And it was an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
Because there was times where I was kind of on the edge of my seat going like, oh, fuck, what's she going to do?
Right.
There was some times where I was like, okay, like, you're hiding behind the counter. How the fuck do they not see you? You know, you're hiding there in broad daylight. But, you know, but there were some scenes where I was really like, fuck, you know, either you like a get out of there or why are they doing this to her, you know, kind of thing. So there was some scenes, and there scenes where it's like, oh, is this family member gonna flip? Is this family member gonna flip? You know, and so it was very much an emotional roller coaster where times where I really felt bad for this woman, and then other times where, I mean, like at least 10 laugh out loud moments during that movie, and they were all sick, twisted, evil moments. Well, I mean, there was a couple moments that were just pure, just funny, but most of them were real evil and dark, and it was great.
Yeah, you know? It was great, and it was much needed in this type of film. Now, my only concern was, I know you had a concern with the beginning, and just kind of how it was playing out. The movie was playing out. Even though I was entertained, I would say maybe 30 minutes in, 40 minutes. I was still invested. I was still entertained by the film, but I was kind of concerned, like, okay, is this going to be at first I was concerned, is this going to be one of those movies where it's not as funny as I want it to be, it's taking itself too seriously, and it doesn't find a good middle. And by the end of the movie, it did. I was proven wrong, but I was kind of concerned. I was like, okay, let's see where this is going.
And I get that.
Because that's hard to do, to find the balance. You either go full Tucker and Dale versus Evil, or you go full serious original Halloween John Carpenter style.
You know, and not to compare it at all to Hellfest, but that's, you know, one of the last. So it was like the arc was we're going like, okay, this movie looks good, you know, it has a lot of potential, and then the arc was like up,
Right.
You know, the balloon popped and it fizzled, and fuck, it was a joke.
We all had blue balls.
But but this movie did not disappoint.
No,
I don't think it did at all.
Really good suspense, the tension built throughout the film, and it had memorable characters.
Oh, very much so. Very much memorable characters.
I think, despite the movie being very well directed and keeping us invested in all that, and the performances being fun, let's give a round of applause to Miss Samara Weaving.
Oh, yes. Very much so.
Who plays Grace in the film. She really... She's a future star.
I haven't heard...
She's a future star.
I haven't heard blood-curdling screams like that in a movie in a long time. She, and not just her, but her specifically, but the other actors, their reactions, and this is a real big credit to the writers for being able to write in... Excuse me, like I just regurgitated a booger or something. But to be able to recreate or to write real life reactions.
Right.
And, you know, the way that, you know, frustration set in at times, not just with her, but with
the
other
family.
people.
Yeah, the family.
But her in particular. And there was like, you know, just some scenes where, you know, it's just, you know, when she needed to scream, she screamed, and God, it was convincing. It was so convincing.
Yeah, there's just props to this actress. Now, the first time I saw Samara, she had a small role on Ash vs. Evil Dead. I believe it was season 2 TV series.
Oh, okay. So I'm sure I've seen her before.
You probably have. It was a small role, but it was a memorable role.
Okay.
And that's when I never forgot about her. And then, if you're interested to see more of her work, check out The Babysitter on Netflix. And she's definitely the best thing in that movie, and she's a lot of fun to watch. And Mayhem is also another fun horror comedy starring, I can't remember his name from The Walking Dead, but he played the character Glenn.
Yeah.
Another good horror comedy is Mayhem. So
that's totally on my list. That is one that I'd actually kind of forgotten about it, but when I saw the previews for, and I think I own it. I think I actually have purchased it already.
Right.
But I just haven't gotten around to watching it.
Yeah, so I actually enjoyed that more than the Belko Experiment. I still like the Belko Experiment, but I like Mayhem more.
You want to talk about the Belko Experiment?
Oh. Review within a review, folks. That's how we do it.
God.
What'd you think? Let me guess. Was it the ending?
The ending was fucking atrocious. The ending was just a joke. It was absurd. Fuck off. But throughout the movie, you know, I mean, like...
Did that movie take itself too seriously?
Totally.
See?
Totally way too seriously.
Yeah. Mayhem doesn't, so you'll enjoy Mayhem a lot more.
Yes. And so, you know, but the Belko Experiment, oh, man, I had been, in fact, you know...
it had its moments.
Yeah, no, a friend of mine... you know, he goes, "Oh, you got to watch it, take it home." And,
right.
And I haven't seen him like in a year, so I mean, I still have his copy of it at home. Right. And I watched it.
And now you're never going to talk to him again.
I have burnt the disc and blocked him on Facebook. No, anyway, let's get back to this movie. But needless to say, Belko Experiment wasn't my cup of tea.
But yeah, Samara, it really is. If she's not a future star, in Hollywood, she's definitely, in my opinion, already a future star as being a scream queen, the newest scream queen in the horror genre.
Very much, yes. You know, and that's the thing is that
she can act.
So many horror movies out lately. Most of them don't make it to the theater, but there's so many horror movies, and everybody's using different actors. Why? Because it's cheap. You don't have to pay them a lot instead of paying that big name. So there's a million different lead actresses or supporting actresses that could fall into the scream queen category, but none stand out like her.
Yeah, like
I don't remember another right now that I'm like, wow.
Yeah, her, in terms of just straight up just acting performance, is like. Yes. I am sold.
The emotions on her face.
If they would have got Megan Fox.
Oh, man.
Could have the same movie, same actors, same everything, but Megan Fox as the lead, it would not have worked.
Yeah, her trembling, you know, her
breathing fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
And man, I mean, there was some parts that once we officially say, all right, we're gonna spoilers, but oh my God, some of the things that she did, just like talking about the real life reactions, the way people would respond to things, she was great. great. And she would get injured, and she showed the pain. And that is credit to her and credit to the director.
Yeah.
Because so many times in movies, people get hurt like fucked up, you know? And they're just like running along like nothing happened. And it's like, come on, fucker. You just basically got half your arm blown off. You know, you gotta acknowledge that pain. And she really does that. So.
And I'm surprised the movie didn't go this route, because it's entertaining, even though it's cliche. Is the okay, fuck it, I'm Superwoman now, and I know how to use, and I know how to use all the weapons, all the guns. I know how to do everything, and now I'm going to kill everyone easily. And this movie didn't. It could have. I thought it was going to follow that cliche. But it didn't. It didn't.
And there was a couple points where, you know, it's like you're going like, oh no, she's turning into fucking Rambo, and then no, she doesn't. And it's like, oh, thank you for not doing that.
Yeah, because that would have came out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. At one point, I'm waiting for her to fucking, you know, put a slug through the dude and him to fucking, explode out the window or something, and it didn't happen. So,
but they kept it pretty grounded. You know, even though it's a ridiculous kind of plot.
Yeah. So, if you could get a really, 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 you know, not to give spoilers yet, but, you know, a batshit crazy family, or a potentially batshit crazy family, because maybe or maybe not, this family was really onto something. But you get that batshit crazy family that insists that this kind of thing has to happen, and, you know, the bride shows up and she's just like, haha, okay, you know, I'll play your game, you know, and then this kind of shit happens. Like, you could see where the bride would be like, you know, going along with it, because, you know, she doesn't know that they're going to really try and kill her.
Right. And they kind of boozed her up, too. Like, as soon as she started playing the game, she was already kind of, you know. So, but Samara is just amazing. I want to see more of her. But overall, a very entertaining film. We please go out and watch Ready or Not. Support films like this that get a mainstream release, a wide release. We don't really see movies like this. We see the fucking The Bye Bye Mans. We see the fucking Ouija bullshit. The fucking what's some other ones?
Hellfest.
Bullshit.
Yes. No. This movie at points was very, very gory and bloody, and just,
you have to be patient, though.
Yes, just things that happen that, you know, kind of catch you off guard. Like, you know, to see this happening in a movie theater is like, oh, bravo, fuck yes. And,
applause.
You know, and yes, you have to go watch movies like this and support them. So that we get more of them. Because if not, these big studios are going to take over.
Slender Man.
Disney's going to rule the world. And, was Slender Man bad?
Oh,
because I haven't seen it yet.
It was terrible.
Fuck! Damn it! I had high hopes for that.
Slender Man was so bad that they created scenes just for the trailer to get it out.
No.
And those scenes they're not even in the movie. That's how bad.
Was it really scary, or was it not?
It was puke. It was just puke.
Fuck, my daughter wants to see it, and I'd been waiting to watch it with her.
Well, she might enjoy it.
So
you know.
But I mean, is it something like, you know, that's going to scare the shit out of a, you know, she's 16, you know, but.
She'll probably not be scared, but she might get a kick out of it. She might laugh at it. Have a good time.
No, I mean, she's watched it with me, and she's watched some horror movies. So
But anyway, to his point, we're gonna get Bye Bye Man 8 and fucking Slender Man 5 if we don't support movies like this. Now we're gonna go into spoilers right now.
Okay,
really quickly, we're gonna talk about some spoilers. So rating out of 5 chainsaws.
Ooh,
what are you gonna give it? 3 is average.
Yes.
So
man, you know what? There was a couple things that they could have done better, and there was some things that they blew me away with. I'm gonna give it a very solid 4.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a very solid 4. I don't, just because maybe it was a maybe just a lack of creativity in writing at the beginning that kind of holds me back from going, a little above. But 5 being the best
4 out of
movie
5 stars is a great review.
Yeah,
a great rating.
Yeah, if 5 is the best movie you've ever seen in your life, then I can't go there. Yeah. But man, this was, I don't know how long it was, a couple hours of my life that I thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a 4 as well. Nice. I was enjoying the movie enough to where it was a 3.9 for a long time, and then when the finale happened at the end, I was like, 4, baby. 4.
And here come the spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler time. All right.
Spoilers.
All right.
And really quickly before we get into the spoilers, let me just say that this, on top of the ratings here, this movie was good enough that I was able to calm myself and ignore the woman chewing like a cow right behind me. This bag of popcorn she had, it's like she couldn't find the popcorn kernels in there, and so it was like every time she dug, it was... And then it's like, oh God, now she has it, and then it goes into the mouth, and it's like you hear the vacuum of her lungs. And then she couldn't dare close her lips before.
Oh shit!
I've heard giraffes with better manners than this woman.
I know. That was rough. She was an older woman. I guess her husband or boyfriend, older man, came in and sat with
maybe
next
they
to
have
her.
Hearing loss or whatever.
And half of me was letting them just... I didn't want to say shit because...
We're all there to enjoy the movie.
Half of me was so happy that they were having the time of their lives.
Yes.
And being of that age, they're just like... They weren't being snobbish. They were like, oh...
Go out and live life.
This movie is... I'm so appalled that... they were back there having a blast, and I could totally see me and Lady Fat Blood becoming that.
Yeah, down the road. Yeah, going to the movie and enjoying the shit out of it.
But there was a little bit of an annoyance there because they were... they're
laugh at the wrong time.
They're laughing at the wrong time and talking a little.
And very, very loud laughing. Look at me laughing. Yeah.
We're only people in the theaters laughing. Yeah. But at least they're having a good time.
You guys have all had enough time to hit pause or exit out of the video before spoilers now. Mm-hmm. You've been warned.
Yes.
So I think we're into it now.
Spoiler time.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
What do you want to talk about first? There's so much, but we won't keep it that long.
So, well, here's one spoiler, and something that that I am, it's not a major spoiler, but it is. If you were looking for tits and ass in the movie, you don't get it.
Right.
And I really like the fact that we didn't get this lead actress naked and kind of bring her down to a trashy level.
Right.
She has a potential, like you said, to be a megastar.
Oh yeah.
And it's like one of those, very few actresses that
it would have felt out of place anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I could see at the beginning, if they would have changed the beginning to draw us in. One of the things I was talking about, like with the brother-in-law coming in, who's supposedly the creepy drunk who hits on her. Right. Maybe what if she was getting dressed and she was indecent?
We got the shot.
And then
the mirror,
and then he's kind of over the shoulder looking at her or something.
Right.
So you could have done something like that. The audience at first would have been like, "Oh, look at her, smoking hot chick," and her tits,
Yeah.
But we didn't get that. So there is no tits and ass in the movie.
Right.
But that's totally okay.
Yeah.
It's totally okay.
Because everything else in the movie was great.
Yes, she played such a lovable character that you really, really, really wanted to see make it out of this.
You were rooting for her, yeah.
Yes.
So at the beginning of the film, we kind of get a little, not flashback or no?
The very, very beginning there, you do get, it starts out 30 years earlier with the two brothers who play the main male lead roles. Them as kids experiencing this game 30 years earlier, and what we find out later in the movie, that game, the loser in that game, the guy who died, would have been the crazy aunt's husband.
Right.
So the kids experience that, and then it's like, so we see a little bit of the game, and then immediate flash forward.
30 years later,
to now.
Andy McDowell plays. Is it Andy?
Andy McDowell, yes.
Okay.
Andy McDowell,
Sorry
yes.
if I got the name wrong.
Yes.
She plays the mother. And the guy, I can't remember the actor's name who played the father, but I haven't seen that guy since. I'm sure he's done a lot of stuff. I haven't seen that guy since Mission Impossible 1.
Yeah, he has a very common face
and the
to
way
him.
He talks.
Yeah.
He talks.
Yeah.
It's
So-
very, very distinct.
Yeah.
He's probably done a billion stuff. I just haven't personally.
But he just kind of blends in. You know, there's
he
a
does
lot of
blend in.
actors that look like him.
Yeah, a little generic.
Yes.
But he was great in the film, too.
He
was hilarious.
He was very good.
He was hilarious. So, spoilers.
Yeah.
Why do you think they're sacrificing, or they do these sacrifices, right? They want to keep their wealth, but who do you think they're sacrificing to?
Well, they're sacrificing to Satan.
Right. Could it be Satan? Right.
So
right.
Yeah.
But they called him something else. They only at the very end of the movie revealed that it was, Hail Satan!
Yes.
Right out of Rosemary's Baby. But they called him, what did they call him?
It was
LaBelle?
Mr. LaBelle.
Yes.
And he was the one that that the great-grandfather, that this family's great-grandfather got this money from.
Right. They met on a ship.
Yes.
Right.
And if he could figure out this little box,
right.
If he could get this little box to open, then, he would get the wealth.
Right.
And he did that. He was able to figure it out. And in figuring that out, in turn, he basically sold his family to the devil.
Right.
And if they sold his soul and his whole family.
And if they don't do the ritual every so often, supposedly they may burn up. Yeah. Is what they thought what was going to happen to them.
Flat out explode. Holy fuck.
The actress that plays, for you Winona Earp fans, if you guys are fans of that Supernatural show, she played the useless daughter that was accidentally going around killing the maids.
Oh my God, was she fucking funny? She nailed
You're not a loser.
Role.
She's looking at herself in the mirror.
Total klutz.
Oh yeah.
Total
oh man.
Total schlep rock of the movie, where she just, anything she touched went to shit, and
to the point where they said don't do anything.
Yes. She was responsible for more deaths than anyone else in the film, and that was awesome.
But one of her sons escapes from the bedroom.
Oh my God.
And he wants to play the game because the family says it's okay. Yes. So he goes after Samurai. Yes. He shoots her, blows a hole in her hand.
Right through the hand.
And then she's like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Boom. Knocks him out.
Just cocks him, knocks him the fuck out. Yes. No, and so this is one of my my favorite spoiler of the movie would be the ending, but this would be my second favorite, was that whole the barn kind of scene where so when the kid wakes up, he's got this gigantic shiner on his face. Fucking hilarious. Seeing like a little 8-year-old boy with a big shiner from her. But then, she gets shot, she knocks him out. The goat scares her. She falls into the hole. When she gets out, and number one, getting out of there, it's like, she has this hole in her hand.
Yeah.
And to me, this was actually really good symbolism in the writing, where her having to put the hole in her hand through that nail that was holding the board up.
To pull herself
up. It was almost symbolism,
Yeah.
like she was the Christ that was going to defeat Satan. Like that was her.
Ooh, mine is blown.
That was her. Her cross that she was coming off of. She was rising from it to defeat Satan here.
Right.
And so, I really like the symbolism of that moment, in addition to going like, she's one hand and she's falling. She's got to put that other fucking hand up there or else she's going down.
Bam.
And you see that nail sticking there. And we all know damn well that hand is going right on that nail. I love
everybody in the theater, all 10 of us were, shit.
Yeah, it was almost, it was, if you're a real horror fan, it might not have been truly cringeworthy, but it was as close to cringeworthy as you're going to get in a theater that I've seen.
In a mainstream movie,
So
talk about your favorite.
Great.
Everyone's reactions to things that you were talking about was just damn funny because they were running out of time, because they couldn't find her and all this stuff. But talk about one of your favorite reactions from the chunky guy.
Oh yeah. So there's the scene where he's just like, well, can we just just fuck off and leave? Can we just get the fuck out of here?
His wife is like, she's all in.
Oh yeah, she is
from the beginning,
gung ho, batshit crazy.
Yeah,
she wants blood.
Yeah.
And and it's funny because the blonde, the lead. She's, you know, the innocent girl is always the blonde. This is the brunette, evil looking, you know, and but she was fucking great.
Yeah.
But she basically told her husband, who's this, you know, fat goofball.
Don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
Don't be a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Bitch, right? Don't be a bitch, bitch. Bitch, don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch, bitch. That's him pumping himself up. But but you know, she won't listen to him. He leaves, and it's like they got to stay, and he's just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You know, and I haven't, you know, that to me took me back to Something About Mary. You know, you know, I'm so very fuck you, you know, that moment, you know, and it's just, you know, it's just or no, that's not Something About Mary. That was oh my,
that wasn't
that what's his name? What's the actor's name? Kevin is it?
Sorry, we're having a brain fart right now.
What's it?
Let us know in the comments what movie we're talking about.
Anyway, but he's like, he's out in the driveway and he's convincing himself to be nice, and he's like, I'm so very, he needs to apologize. He's like, I'm so very, 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 he's trying to, you know, convince himself to say sorry, and he's like, I'm so very, very, fuck you. But anyways, it was like that moment, and fuck me for, I'm horrible with names of movies and actors, so my apologies.
No, it's fine.
But
that was one of the best reactions in the movie.
Yes.
It's so funny.
Oh my god.
Oh,
yes,
so funny.
yes. No, it was so funny, and I really enjoyed their natural, real life style reactions to things, getting pissed off.
One thing in the movie that happened that I think maybe casuals will probably go, "Aw, that I didn't want the movie to end like that," was basically the true nature of the fiance comes forth towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And he goes after her, and he's like, okay, now I was away from the family, now I'm in on it. So I could see some casuals going, oh, boo-hoo, you know, I wanted them to live and get together. But there's no living and staying together after this and being married. It's not going to happen. It's over. But I heard, do you remember what the aunt said? The aunt, because the father was like, I don't know if, you know, our son, the good one.
Oh, when the aunt was talking to him, like how he will show his true colors.
Right. Kind of she said that supposedly, I guess when he was young, he supposedly saw LaBelle.
He saw LaBelle. He's the only one to ever have seen LaBelle sitting in the chair.
And she believes that he is the true leader to lead the family, even though he's the good son and try to stay away. So after I heard that, I never forgot about that while watching the movie. Yeah. So his true self coming forth at the end, I was kind of happy that happened.
Yes.
Because I would have went way too sweet.
Yes.
And it wouldn't have made that much sense if they lived and stayed married. That would have been stupid.
No.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Whether they wanted to or not, they had to kill him.
Yes.
Because he was a member of the family, and all the other family exploded. Yeah. Exploded.
But lead up to that first, though.
Oh, so, you know, but so anyways.
They captured Grace.
Yes. You know, so she's on the table.
Sacrifice style. Yeah.
And then, you know, and like the dad was going to, you know, do the sacrifice earlier in the movie, but now he's one holding her arm down. So now the son has really taken the reins as the leader of the family. Right. So now he's got the knife, and he's got to be the one to do the sacrifice. Right. And so, you know, at the last second, and I don't even recall how, but the last second she kind of jerked.
And he gets her shoulder.
Yeah, instead of in the face or whatever, you know, he got her in the shoulder, so she was able to kind of get out of the way. And
it's dawn now. It's dawn, right?
Yes, it's now dawn.
It's too late now.
Right after that happens, the aunt pulls the curtains. They realize they're all going to die. And that was one of the funniest moments in the film, where the curtains come open, and it's almost like that, I'm melody. You're waiting for that, right? You're waiting for the family to burst into flames or whatever. And, you know, it's like, you know, House on Haunted Hill, the sunlight to come in, and it's the, you know, the movie's over, we're good, you know? Yeah. But no, this, you know, they're all like, you know, I'm gonna die,
because another rich family supposedly burnt up when they failed in their sacrifice.
And then they don't.
Yeah.
And then you're going like...
But the way it happened...
Yes. So at first, when they don't die, you're going like, okay, this is
bullshit.
It's more comedy than horror.
Right.
It's, you know, because, you know, it was, the reactions was funny. But that wasn't enough.
Right.
And then... when she, so the aunt decides, fuck this, I'm killing her anyways to honor this guy and do what I have to do. So she comes with her big, and whatever that...
It was an axe.
Yeah, but it's one of those, it's got like the
halberd or something?
Yeah, whatever, one of those, fucking old school axes.
Yeah.
So she's gonna come fucking kill the woman, and right as she's about to do it, boom! Just fucking explodes.
Blood everywhere.
It was glorious.
That was brilliant.
It was fucking glorious.
Everyone's reactions were like...
Yes. Fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. It's so, but you're in the theater, so you don't want to, if there's people around that don't want to hear your language, you kind of want to, keep it kind of cool. But, oh, what a great moment.
All of them. Even the two little kids.
Oh my God, that was awesome. And I'm like, okay, are they going to blow up the kids? Are they? And that's the first thing I'm like, I'm waiting early in the movie. Are they going to kill the kid? Is she going to kill him? Is she, because if it was me, I would have picked up the gun. I would have put a hole in the fucker's head. But she didn't do that.
Yeah. Everybody got it.
Yes. There was another moment where, when she gets the butler out of the car and she gets in the car and takes off, she left his gun laying on the ground. Grab the fucking gun!
Right.
But whatever.
Yeah.
So she doesn't do that. But when they start blowing up, it's like, are they going to blow up the kids?
It was,
and I think the studio.
It was so worth it.
The studio. I think probably the writers, if they didn't do this and the studio didn't tell them to fix it, the writers probably knew they couldn't get away with blowing up the little kids on screen.
Right. So they did it off camera.
But
still,
they're running out the door with the mom.
Yeah.
And then you hear and see the one splat from the mom, and then all of a sudden, boom, the other two. So you hear the kids blow up, and it's like, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. I was so happy. Because up to that point, I was really entertained with the film, and I was enjoying it. But it did feel like kind of a soft R.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, I'm having fun with the movie. I'm entertained, but come on, let's kick it into high gear here.
Yeah.
And all that finale, that was just...
Yes. I
and
agree.
Grace's last words when everyone's dead, fiance's blown up.
Yes.
She turns around. She says she sees a quick silhouette of fire of Satan.
Yeah.
And she turns around and she goes, "Fuck."
Yes.
And scene.
That's what the reactions were so beautiful. Where at this point she'd seen everything.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really. She wasn't going to scream anymore.
No.
But and I loved when they started blowing up and she starts laughing. Oh, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because she knows they're all fucked now, and she's just like, this is great.
And, and her character has this little snort sometimes, and she even snorted at the
beginning of the movie and the end of the movie.
Yes.
Oh, it was beautiful. Yes, it was beautiful.
So props.
Even the very, very, very ending where, obviously the firefighters, paramedics are coming. You never see them on screen. You just see her sitting in front of the burning house. And, and they say, they ask her, like, what's going on or what happened or whatever. And she just says, in-laws.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
While smoking, which is something she didn't do.
Yes.
But by the end of that movie, she's like, fuck it, I'm going to take a toke.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am so glad we came and saw this movie.
Yes.
And I cannot believe this movie has not gotten more hype.
Yeah.
Because,
Spread the word.
I think if you are a fan of, like comedy horrors at all, like Evil Dead.
Yeah.
You will enjoy this movie.
Yes.
I really think you will enjoy this movie. Yes.
Yeah. So make sure you guys go out and see it, spread the word, support good horror films.
Good horror
Not the
films,
bullshit that we get pretty much 80% of the year in the mainstream movies.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments below what you guys think of the Scary Stories film. Let us know. Is that worth us going to see in theater?
See, I'd heard
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yes. I had heard good things about that movie.
Okay.
And then we walked in and saw in big bright lights that it's PG-13.
Right.
And now I'm kind of feeling like maybe I'll just wait till DVD.
Right. So let us know, is it still worth, still worth watching, but maybe on video or we have to see this in the theater. Let us know.
Yeah.
And also let us know what you guys thought of Ready or Not, if you guys were amongst the very few that went out to go see it. Make sure you let us know in the comments what you guys thought of the film. Was there anything else you wanted to say?
I do have one other thing I'd like to say before we wrap this up, and that is, fuck the idea of making 2 more Halloween movies. It should have been done.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Did we start another video? Oh shit!
Yes. You know what?
What were the titles again?
I don't even.
Halloween starts and ends.
Halloween,
kills.
fuck your mother, and Halloween over the hill. Halloween beat a dead horse.
Now, when we saw the What If Halloween sequel in the theater last year?
Yeah.
Was it last year?
Yeah, just almost a year ago.
Right. When we saw that in the theater, was it a big hit?
I think mainstream. I think the movie did well. It did well enough that they said, "Fuck, we got to make two more."
Okay, that's why we're getting two more.
And but to me, it's I'm
surprised you're saying fuck the sequels.
When we heard, well,
just
because of the fucking premise, I don't
even know what the premise is.
Okay, okay. What I'm assuming is because of the fact that he burnt up in this fucking downstairs basement in the last spoiler alert.
Or did he?
Yeah, and then at the end we hear the breathing.
Right.
And that like there was parts of that movie that I absolutely enjoyed.
Right.
And there was some parts that I'm like and the very
fuck
end,
you!
Yes, and the very end of that movie when we heard the breathing is like, we're gonna do this again. We're going to do this again.
It was fun to come reminisce the good times, but now we're milking it.
And Jamie Lee Curtis's character, they tried to make her the batshit crazy old lady, and she was that.
Yeah.
But she didn't convince me of it. And then the mom being like, no, fuck you. But then at the end, the mom's on board. It's like, no, fuck you, mom.
Yeah.
You were against her the whole movie.
The whole movie.
Fuck you.
It's become a Halloween review now. But yeah. So there you go. Support.
Yeah, that was my last thoughts. But yeah, even
support
when
movies like this.
When those come out, go watch them, and we'll hope. But yeah, we got to support horror movies in the theater, so we keep getting it, because we know Academy Awards don't like to give awards to comedies. They don't like to give awards to horror movies.
No.
And fuck them. We don't care what the fans want. The fans should get.
Right.
And so the only way we're going to get that is by patronizing these films.
Yeah. And if these two Halloween sequels that come out, we're going to go see them together and review them for you guys. Yeah. We will let you know if it's garbage. We will destroy. There's no mercy.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I would love to see two more Halloween movies
if they're good. But they got to be good.
But you know what? You burnt Michael up to a fucking crisp.
Was it really Michael?
Oh my God!
There's so many theories now.
See, and you know what? And they're here to jump onto a whole nother fucking franchise.
Yeah.
You know what? When Jigsaw came out, I was like, are we gonna work a reboot? Is he really alive? And in parts 3 and the end of 3 and the beginning of 4 when he was all fucked up.
Yeah.
And they were autopsying him, all that shit. Was that not really him? What was the deal? So based on the fact that it was like another kind of game that he'd already kind of set up, it was shit that he put in motion before he died. I really liked that.
Right. It's interesting.
If we get another, and I don't want a copycat. I fucking hate copycat movies, and I fucking hate whodunit movies. Yeah. Let's get original. Yeah. But anyways, if we can get a real original new type of script, and I don't want to change it, let's not go Halloween 3 on us, but if we can do something like that, great. I would love to see. I really enjoy Halloween movies.
Yeah.
But
it's got to be fucking good, man. And it's got to make sense in a way.
It's like the fucking Supernatural, dude, when Freddy versus Jason and shit like that. Like, I don't, Supernatural. Freddy is its own thing. Nightmare on its own street, his own thing. Jason Voorhees, at first, okay, there was an element of supernatural to him, but fuck, I don't want to go full-blown supernatural with fucking Halloween.
With
I don't
Myers.
Want to do it. Yeah, I don't want to do it. And so,
even though they
I think that's
kind of did it in the sequels, I think.
Yeah.
With 4 and 5, they kind of did that.
Hey, maybe fucking Leatherface will show up in the next Halloween movie. Who knows? Fuck. So anyway, yeah, it was just that was the one last thing I wanted to say that has made this video 5 minutes longer now. So sorry about that. If you got a problem with that, suck it.
No, it's a good point to bring up though, because we're talking about just nonstop mainstream Hollywood, bad horror sequels and they run out of ideas. Yeah. Remake, reboot, sequel, prequel, but we get a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And that was Ready or Not.
Yeah. And I have a 1B thing that I want to say.
Sure.
Fuck, I hope we get another season of the Hannibal TV show.
How many? I have not watched those. I know you. I'm a big. I like Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh yes,
he's a really good actor. So how many seasons do they have right now?
I think we did 4.
Oh, there's 4 seasons.
It was 3 or 4. Man, I'm drawn. It's been so long now.
Okay.
But now, so at the end, they had really the point that they got to really bridged the gap to like Red Dragon. So you really don't need another season, but you can have another season or 2 or 3.
Right.
So now, when I first watched the very first episode of Hannibal, and I was like, I love Hannibal Lecter, and even everything to do with it, even Manhunter when it wasn't Anthony Hopkins.
Right.
Cool, the great, and even Hannibal Rising. When it wasn't Anthony Hopkins.
That was actually pretty good.
Fuck, I loved it.
Wow.
I loved it because the story, and you get to understand how Hannibal Lecter became the person he is. So I enjoyed. Now there was a couple timeline flaws where the Asian lady that raises him, like in the TV show, kind of becomes like the love interest. So, and they're closer in age, so there was some discrepancies if you're looking for that one timeline.
Right.
But I loved everything about it, and then after watching the very first episode and not knowing Mads Mikkelsen at that point, I went, fuck, this guy is not Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah,
and
it's hard to top that.
And I turned it off, and like halfway through the first episode, and then later on I went back and I said, you know what, I'm going to check it out, and I turned it on. I watched the first episode, and that same day I watched like the next 7 episodes in a row.
Right. So, if you were unaware, Silence of the Lambs is his favorite.
Yeah, all time by far. Yes, Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, favorite movie. Fuck, I just watched it again for the umpteenth time. Finally got my wife to watch it because she is not into horror movies at all.
Right.
And so, like, she is. It's funny because in the household,
you think she'll like this?
No,
really?
No. She does not like the blood. And this is what's funny. In real life, I'm the one with the weak stomach. I like Fluffy Gamer likes to fart his ass off, and he has literally made me throw up before. So I'm the one with the weak stomach. But when it comes to horror movies and things like that, she can't stomach anything like that.
Okay.
And and that's the same reason she's a vegetarian, because every time she goes to eat like a cheeseburger or something, she sees a cow getting mutilated in her head. She can't deal with it.
Okay.
So she just does not like. So she won't watch it.
Right.
But the fact that I got her to watch Silence of the Lambs finally was an epic. So she has seen Red Dragon and Silence of the Lambs.
Slowly bring her in.
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying. And maybe one of these days we'll get her to join us at the theater here for something. Maybe one of these.
That'd be fun.
It would be awesome.
We need to get the damn Fluffy Gamer, man.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Yeah, Fluffy, man. Him and his
back together.
Staying up all damn night watching movies. He's probably passed out at my house.
Well, you know what it is. He doesn't want to play me in Street Fighter anymore. He's ducking.
No,
it's all right, Fluffy. It's fine. You don't want to lose again.
Or what was that?
I let him win last time.
That game that you guys were playing where you it was like racing, through that, and you had to dodge those.
The cars, and it's like a music rhythm game.
Yeah. And so he really dominated that. So maybe he just wanted to that was like his mic drop moment. Nice knowing you, Phat Samurai Guy. I'm gonna walk off in all my glory. That's okay, because you know what? The what was the name of that? The Nintendo World Championships or whatever, that cart.
Yeah.
So Fluffy had found a copy of that.
Oh.
And he brought it over and we played it.
Yeah.
And I whooped his ass. I destroyed him each time, and he took the game home and could not even at home come close to my score.
Wow.
Suck it, Fluffy Gamer.
Damn it, Fluff.
So,
you're going to have to come hang out with us, man.
You need to remove that gamer from your name there. The fluffy castaway, because we don't know where he is right now.
Oh, he's the homie though. But thank you again for chilling with us and listening to us talk about horror genre.
Thanks for taking me along to the flick here. Yeah. And next time it's on me for sure.
Oh yeah.
And
just no Hellfest 2. No. Make sure you guys subscribe to O.G.P's DVDs.
Oh, hey, can I say one other thing?
Sure.
I want to get. I'm at 1C now. Sorry, but for those of you that are still watching, do me a favor, please. And I've been looking for a copy of this in Walmart's, but it has been selling out every Walmart I've been going to. I was invited by a friend of mine, Joe Castro, who has directed a lot of movies and done effects for a lot of movies. Things you would know, but like I say, I'm bad with names and stuff, so you won't. But if you guys go on IMDb and look up Joe Castro, you'll go like, oh, fuck, he did that and that and that. I don't know how many movies dude is responsible for between effects or directing, but he is a very, very talented dude. Well, him and his partner just came out with a movie called Xenophobia. And I was invited to the Hollywood premiere of this, and I failed Joe because I was not able to make it there. I had something other that came up that was very urgent, that was work-related, which took me out of state, and so I was not able to make it. And I wholeheartedly regret the fact that I wasn't able to be there. But I will tell you guys all, the movie has gotten excellent remarks from everybody that has seen it so far. And so I'm not asking you guys to find me a copy. I'm asking you guys to find yourselves a copy. I have no part in making or production or any of this movie. I just know the guy who did and his partner, and they are wonderful people, and they made apparently one fuck of a movie that I have yet to see.
I'm gonna have to check that out
one of these days.
What's the name of it again?
Xenophobia.
Xenophobia, guys.
It starts with an X, X-E-N-O.
Hunt it down, check that out.
Yes, please do. And also leave remarks if you have seen it or once you do, so we can check out and see your thoughts on it. Yeah.
Support.
Yes.
Good cinema,
guys.
Yes,
please do.
Badass cinema. All right.
Yes.
That's it. That's a wrap.
That's it.
All right. I'd like to thank all you badasses for watching and hanging out with us. You guys fucking rock.
Yes.
We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.